Welcome back. The Dubai Financial Market has announced that its listed local public joint stock companies have recorded a 100% compliance regarding the disclosure of Q2 2013 results within the deadline of 45 days from the end of the period. So before we take a look at the day's business news, let's first take a look at the stock indices across the GCC. And in our top business story, the Dubai Financial Services Authority has entered into 26 supervisory cooperation agreements with European Union and European Economic Area securities regulators. According to a press release from the DFSA, under the agreements, each regulator commits to help each other supervise fund managers operating across borders between the Dubai International Financial Centre and Europe. They added that it is continuous collaboration with international regulators, which is at the forefront of the DFSA's objectives this year. The authority's chief executive, Mr. Ian Johnson, signed the MOUs with 26 EU regulators last month. The agreements allow fund managers in the DIFC to manage and market alternative investment funds to professional investors in the EEA under the rules of the Alternative Investment Fund Managers Directive. Managing and marketing such funds into Europe will also allow DIFC-based fund managers to access a greater pool of investors. It is also hoped that with a strong distribution network and a sustainable distribution model, the MOUs will prove beneficial for the industry in the DIFC. And Dubai's Nikhil has released interest and profit payments of 197 million dirhams to its lenders in compliance with its restructuring requirements. According to news agency WAM, a Nikhil spokesman was quoted as saying that they remain focused on meeting their commitments in accordance with the terms set out in their company restructure and revised business plan. 95% of MENA employees consider corporate CSR to be important. That's according to the latest Bait.com survey. 95% want to engage in more community service work, while almost 90% consider CSR to be a moral responsibility for corporations. The survey, under the title of Corporate Social Responsibility, Is Your Company Making an Impact poll, also reveals that 73% of respondents prefer to give time and effort towards charitable causes rather than merely donating money. Additionally, 7 out of 10 respondents frequently participate in charity or community service work, while 95.3% say they would like to. To the majority of respondents at 76.8%, working for a socially responsible company is very important to them, while 66.9% claim that their companies very regularly or sometimes engage in CSR activities. Experts at Bait say, however, there is a gap.
We've also realized that there is a gap between implementing the CSR activities, and the reason being is both on a corporate level and on an individual level. So starting on an individual level, it resulted that people are very eager to implement such activities, but they simply don't know where to start. So it's very important for us as individuals to understand what is the area of interest, what do we value most and what we're good at, and then research what best companies or organizations or institutions that are credible can actually help us implement that activity in the most credible way.
The most common types of CSR activities that companies in the MENA region are involved in, according to respondents, are feeding, housing or clothing the poor at 25% and working with orphans and underprivileged children at 13.2%. What respondents would like their company to be involved in is helping the poor or those with special needs at 51.2%, providing free education and scholarships at 20.4%, and saving or protecting the environment at 11.2%.
94% of companies stated that they are very much into implementing such activities for the well-being of the community and the company itself. But again, there is a gap between what do they do, when do they do it. So there's a lack of information. There is maybe a lack of management support that they're having internally, or simply a lack of legislation regarding CSR. There are a lot of benefits, that could be in favor of both companies and individuals. So from a company's perspective, it's great for your business. It's actually great in providing a great company image. It actually reinforces your relationship with the community and stakeholders. It motivates your employees to work at their best, feeling that they're actually adding, to the cause of CSR.
The Dow Jones hit a 7-week low last week and closed its third consecutive week lower as market sentiments were once again driven by taper speculation amid Wednesday's FOMC meeting minutes. The minutes reinforced the FOMC's current views on the situation of the US labour market and current growth rates. The Dow Jones was able to close above the key psychological level at 15,000, with the US dollar index shedding some of its gains earlier in the week. Well, to get his views on the week ahead, we spoke to Gaurav Kashyap, the head of futures at Alpari Middle East.
Well, volatility continued in trading last week with the release of the FOMC meeting minutes. To be quite honest, we didn't see any new hints or direction with regards to if and when the taper will happen in September. But judging by the overall market reaction, most dealers are estimating that the Fed will begin their taper in September, where they will be looking to scale back about $15 billion from their existing $85 billion a month program. Overall, the Dow did close the week lower. It's been its third consecutive week lower. One of the positives to take was that the Dow did close above the key 15,000 level, but we can expect to see more moves towards the upside with the Dow perhaps testing that key 100-day moving average level of 15,100. Gold also was trading around some key levels, trading just below 1,400 a troy ounce. We can expect some very good support coming into gold at 1365 with a move towards 1423 in the week ahead. Also, it was a record week for the Indian rupee, which crashed to a new all-time low against the US dollar. It was quoted at 65.56 in the spot market. Overall, we have not seen any concrete measures coming out of the finance ministry in India. We can expect a lot of the weakness, bearish sentiment to continue throughout the week. But overall, we expect the rupee to find some kind of consolidation and relief selling to keep the pair in this range with good support coming at 64.75 levels. Overall, it's going to be a light week on the economic calendar. The main piece of data will be on Thursday, the US GDP reading, expected to come at 2.3%. But overall, markets will remain range-bound in the lead up to next Friday's US non-farm payroll number, which will be a key figure in determining if and when the Fed will look at their taper plans as of September.